it's hard to put into words. Picture what it feels like when you and your roommate get into a fight and you're not really sure if you'll be able to get out of it, or what it feels like to go into a test feeling super unprepared. And also picture what it would feel like if your dog died or your pet died. Now I'd ask you to picture all of those emotions all at once, then picture all those emotions all the time. I think people just assume that people with mental illnesses are lazy or just sad, and that's not the case. We're messed up, but it's not our fault. I can't just feel better. A lot of people who suffer from mental illnesses are afraid to get help because they don't want people or their friends or their family they don't want them to say, oh, you're crazy, that's not normal. Trust me, we know it's not normal. The depression tells you you're not worth it, and then the anxiety says you have to do this. And then you're just left feeling so drained because you've got so much going on in your head that getting out of bed some days is just a struggle. You just feel like there's no hope. There's nothing that you can do. You feel like that you've hit rock bottom at 21 years old or 20 years old. Rock bottom isn't really the right word. It's just more like lost. And you're just stuck. My first memory of an experience with a mental illness was probably 5 years old. And then fast forward to my first year of college, and I was contemplating some pretty dark stuff. I mean, college does that to you, but I mean, everyone jokes about, oh, I'm just going to step out in front of this car, please pay for my college tuition. But I don't think everyone actually carries 3 bottles of painkillers in their backpack just in case. Am I feeling better today? I don't really know. I mean, today, like as on like the day that I'm recording this, I feel great. I feel like my life is moving forward, but that doesn't mean that when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be cured. I mean, some days you feel a little bit more prepared for the test, or you don't think about your dog as much, but other days, that's all you can think about. There's always that, like, it's like a cloud looming in the distance. You're like, storm's coming. Because you're always standing in fog, like, that never goes away. But it just depends on how thick the fog gets, or how big the storm gets, or how much rain is falling, basically. Whatever metaphor you choose to follow. So if a friend ever comes to you, or a family member, or whoever comes to you and says, I think there's something wrong with me, sit there and listen. Don't just write them off. Please. It could literally be a matter of life or death. I don't mean to put pressure on you, but when life hurts, I think that's when you know that there's something wrong, like that you need to get help. And don't be afraid to tell their parents or tell a trusted adult if it gets to that point. I've had friends who's had to do that before. Not for me, but for other people. And trust me, it's a hard situation, but I mean, at least they're alive, right?